Here's the headline, the bad news. Over the last 15 years, the number of Americans waiting for organ transplants has more than quadrupled. The number of donors hasn't come close to keeping up. Most of the 90,000 people hoping for a donor organ, and that is the biggest the list has ever been, are waiting for livers or kidneys. Many of them will wait in vain. There is no gentle or painless way to put it, but if those needing a kidney or liver transplant don't get it, their quality of life will go steadily down. If those waiting for a heart transplant don't get it, they will die. Most donors, as you probably know, are deceased. Their organs are harvested after they die. But some transplants, a kidney for example, or a piece of liver, can be taken from living donors. There is a list kept by a nonprofit organization called the United Network for Organ Sharing. They make connections between and among donors, recipients, and medical professionals. And they try to do that in as objective a fashion as possible. Who's been waiting the longest? Whose need is the greatest? How good a match is likely between donor and recipient? It's the fairest and best organized system available, but it's not the only one. There's always been a black market, clearly and unambiguously illegal. And now, as Nightline correspondent John Donvan reports, there's also the Internet.
Now, don't hit me in the face, okay?
Why would she do it? Why would Susan Buonsante, a middle-aged, healthy mother of two,
What is that?
give away one of her kidneys to a total stranger she met through the Internet? Pure impulse, as she tells it.
I actually had read about it in the newspaper, and it's interesting. About an hour later, I got on the Internet, and I...
Took you 1 hour to hear about this in the newspaper to getting on the Internet and looking at
about
it?
that long.
Really?
Yeah. Please help me. I live in Northwest Indiana near South Bend.
Well, first she says she finished the funny pages. Then she went back to get the name of the website mentioned in this story on page 6, MatchingDonors.com.
So you went on the Internet, and you saw the site, you saw there was a need, you saw the need was there.
And if the website she was on could speak, the sound would be one continuous echoing cry for help, page after page. I need a kidney. I need a liver. I need a pancreas, lungs, bone marrow, intestines. And the people making these appeals, the very sick across America. A nurse in Houston, a former judo champion in Illinois, a woman in New Jersey who lost her home and her job with the Metropolitan Opera. And if you want to help them, if you're willing to go under the knife, there's this form you fill out.
I really liked what I saw. I thought it was a well put together site. So I immediately put my information in there.
That day?
That same day.
It was easy. Name, contact information, and most important from a checklist, body part willing to donate. Kidney for Susan Buonsante. And that's how she came to meet the woman she was sitting next to here, Karen Traxler. As of this interview last spring, Traxler had only one functioning kidney, and it was failing rapidly.
In the next month or so, it would probably shut down completely.
That quickly?
Yeah, they think it's going to be pretty fast.
This is critical then?
Yes.
I mean, time is up.
Yes.
Who's my Jesse? Who's my Jesse? Who's my Jesse?
Traxler, also a married Colorado mother of two, had suffered kidney problems all her life. She had been waitlisted for a kidney transplant through the traditional source, the list controlled by the National Consortium of Transplant Hospitals known as UNOS. But then she discovered MatchingDonors.com, and she put up her posting, herself and her kids, and a letter. I am a very laid-back person, she wrote, who loves life and would like to enjoy more of it. And if this appeal makes you want to give a kidney, you send a message to Karen. Susan Buonsante did just that the first time she logged on. Susan and 16 other people.
17 people. Strangers.
Strangers.
And that was within the first couple of days?
3 days.
But it was Susan that Karen clicked with. They met for lunch.
She's a mother of two, as am I. And the conversation just flowed so easily. It wasn't difficult or strained.
And that was it. Karen wanted Susan as her donor. Susan wanted Karen to have her kidney. And the people behind MatchingDonors.com had the makings of another success story. Who are they? two Boston guys, Jeremy Lowney, a doctor and internist, and Paul Dooley, an entrepreneur who runs some other unrelated websites, whose father had died waiting for a kidney transplant.
When we sat down to make the site, we said no one is going to sign up as a donor. We're going to have a lot of patients, and we'll have absolutely no donors.
But they were wrong about that.
New tonight at 10, a first in the world of transplants, and it involves a Colorado man.
We're perfect strangers until we met last week.
Bob Hickey was the first ever recipient of a kidney donated through MatchingDonors. He had also been on the official waiting list for years. Then he saw a newspaper story.
And I was convinced this MatchingDonors.com was a scam.
It looked like a crazy idea.
Yeah, exactly. And then I did dialysis for 2 more days, and I picked it up again. I decided after about a week, well, I'll spend $295. Let's see what happens. And so they put me on the internet, and within 24 hours, I began to get offers.
In fact, he got something like 35 offers of kidneys. One of them, donated by Rob Smitty from Tennessee, gave Hickey his life back.
Now you've got the kidney. How are you feeling now?
Oh, I feel great.
I mean, it's total recovery?
Yeah, it really is.
And that's how it would turn out also for Karen Traxler. This summer, she headed for Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago with Susan Buonsante, who would give Karen one of her kidneys. But back before all this, in that conversation with the two of them, I kept wondering this about Susan.
I mean, all of that's going to bear on your family. You're not the only one going through this. They are, too.
Mm-hmm.
And what about that?
My kids were very, I guess, supportive, I guess you would say, as much as they can be, really. You know, they don't understand the whole thing, but we've talked quite a bit about it.
But how about people in your life who do understand? Brothers, sisters, parents?
Yeah, they're not...
Not into it?
Not real happy about it, no.
Oh, come on. That's easy. 5 letters.
But she went ahead and did it. And now, she wrote us in a recent email, she feels great. I just did a backpacking trip last weekend, she wrote, 25 miles round trip. 1 kidney did nothing to slow me down. Simple and obvious. Except the medical establishment, as we shall see, disagrees with almost everything Karen and Susan have done.